Choosing the correct nation in War Thunder can be tough. That's why I will tell you what are the best nations to grind as a beginner or as someone who's looking for a new nation to try out. If you ask any player, what are the big three nations? I've heard a lot of people talk about a big three, so what are they? And experienced players will tell you, oh, these three nations are USA, Germany, and USSR. And if you ask them why are they called the big three, most experienced players will tell you because they have the best vehicles in the entire game. And I could go over every single nation, but everyone wants to play a very strong nation. That's why I will talk about these three nations which are considered the best. But even these three nations have their strengths and weaknesses. Let's start with USA. And USA is something like jack of all trades. They are great at everything, both tanks and planes. They have really strong light tanks, incredible anti-air, and they also have awesome fighters. They don't have bad vehicles, generally speaking. Let me give you an example. My favorite low-tier tank is the M24 Chaffee. The gameplay in the background is with this tank. It is fast, small, and has a powerful gun. It has everything you want a light tank to have. But even USA has a weakness. And the weakness is that they are not best at everything. Let me give you an example of what I mean so you understand. Britain has the best strategic bombers in the entire game. USA isn't the best at anything. They are the second best at everything. That's the easiest way to explain their weakness. In other words, every single vehicle they have, in general, is really good at what they are doing. Light tanks are fast and have a powerful gun. Medium tanks have all that you want a medium tank to have. Good armor, speed, firepower. Heavy tanks have huge armor. They are of course slow because they are heavy tanks. So if you want a light tank, USA will give you a great experience with light tanks. If you want a heavy tank, USA will also give you a very good experience of how to play a heavy tank because they also have good heavy tanks, for example like the Jumbo. They are really good, but they don't have anything that could be said that oh, USA has this best from the entire game. That's their only weakness. They are the second best at everything. Next we move to Germany, and Germany has the best firepower in the entire game. Even enemy heavy tanks are scared of German tanks. They also have the third biggest bomb in the entire game. It is in rank 2 and the plane carrying it is HE-111 H-16. The bomb is SC-2500 with a 71 meter kill radius. This means that every tank in that area will be destroyed. Germany also has the most worldwide known tanks, which are the Tiger tanks. But even Germany has one weakness, and they have a pretty big weakness. And that is that you need to angle your armor, otherwise you get killed easily. Most of their tanks have flat armor, and if someone shoots you on a flat surface, the bullet is more likely to penetrate. However, angled armor increases the chance of a ricochet, causing the bullet to deflect instead of hitting you. And because Germany doesn't have pre-angled armor on their tanks, that's why players always need to angle their tanks in game. So playing Germany has one weakness, and you need to learn how to angle your tank, because that's a big weak spot on most of their tanks, which is the flat armor, which can be easily penetrated. Next we have USSR. And they have the opposite of Germany. They have the best angle of armor in the entire game. That's why they are very beginner friendly. They have also one of the best heavy tanks in the entire game. And they are already starting from rank 2. The KV-1 is the first heavy tank, and it can be an absolute nightmare to play against in lower ranks. But USSR has one huge weakness, and I feel out of these three nations, it's arguably the most important weakness, which is that they have horrible, absolutely horrible gun depression. Some people might not know what gun depression is, and that means that you can't aim your gun high or low if you have poor gun depression. For example, -3 degrees means that you can by 3 degrees aim down. If you have 20 degrees, it means, oh, your gun can aim up just 20 degrees. And they have horrible gun depression. Russian tanks don't like verticality at all. Hills and valleys are their biggest enemies, and unless you play with a Russian tank, you will not know what it means to have a horrible gun depression. They also have the second biggest bomb in the entire game, which is rank 3, carried by a strategic bomber called PE-8, and the bomb is Fab 5000 with a kill radius of 105 meters. For those who want to know, Britain has the biggest bomb carried by Lancaster. It's 12,000 pound bomb with a kill radius of 114 meters. If I go back to all three nations which are considered the best in the entire game, is there a way how I could summarize them in one sentence? And I thought about it. It will be hard, but not impossible. USA is the second best at everything, which is both their strength and weakness. Germany has the best firepower in the entire game, but you must angle your tank so you don't die easily. USSR has the best angle of armor on their tanks in the entire game, but they have awful gun depression. As a beginner, you can't go wrong with any of these three nations. They are considered to be the three best nations, that's why they are called the Big Three. And for experienced players, I recommend to grind all three nations, because they are called the Big Three for a reason. If you enjoyed this video, I highly recommend you to watch this video next. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned, my friends.